Bam, we're live. Some technical difficulties this morning. How's the audio? Are we good? Are we good? Good morning, Rambler. Gazan has the tools to win this year. You really like that backwards roll to support video, huh? Me too. Beast mode. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Anyone else scared they're going to get explosive diarrhea? No. No. Oh, why would anyone get explosive diarrhea? And what's there to be afraid? Isn't diarrhea fun? 49er, Chica. Uh, no, but someone I know got it from eating raspberries here. Oh, I had 2 baskets of raspberries yesterday. Not cheap. Not cheap, but I was trying to make a smart decision. Or was that 2 days ago? Popped into the store real quick, taking my kids to tennis. I was like, you know what? I'm going to eat 2 baskets of raspberries. I'm in Michigan, and it's in Michigan. What are you guys talking about? What are you talking about? Come on. There's no international diarrhea epidemic or pandemic. Yes, I think yes, I have that, I think. No, come on. It's just regular diarrhea. It's not there's no international explosive diarrhea going around. Good morning, Ms. Vladimir. Good morning. Surprised you don't grow raspberries. I know, me too. I think I do. I might have a raspberry bush. You shouldn't really talk to people like this, Mr. Lange. Do you really not know about the parasites? I can't believe you don't know it. You're so stupid. You don't know? You don't know? They should, if that's true and they're half off, how many raspberries in a basket? Now you're talking. Now you're back into question mode. I don't know. 100? 200? It's one of those little baskets, little plastic ones. It just shows how far from reality you're removed, bro, that you don't know about the diarrhea epidemic, man. Oh, Christine knows someone who got hospitalized from explosive diarrhea. Wow. You guys are ridiculous. Who is going to win the games? But more importantly, who don't I know? Who don't you 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 know? Oh, I like that. Who don't you know? Who don't you know? Who don't you know? Victor Hoffer, we know him. Let's say stuff. Let's say stuff about people. Victor Hoffer, young, was on the demo team. Known for his gymnastics. Had long hair, then cut his hair short. Very unique build. Probably from his gymnastics. Some interesting body composition. Looks incredible. And what did he win? He won the Mayhem Classic this year, which was kind of shocking. Didn't he switch coaches? No, he didn't switch coaches. Maybe he was one of the only ones to remain with Andre Houdet. Correct me in the comments, by the way, and feel free to add. We're just going to explore these young men this morning. Maybe pull up an Instagram and ogle them. Victor Hoffer does not have explosive diarrhea. Very, very good. Thank you. I've briefly seen the diarrhea story floating around. I just ignore it. I don't do the fear mongering shit. Victor Hoffer, I think he is. God, I don't know if I'm using this word right. I think he could be dark horse top 5 this year. I mean, shit, he won Mayhem. And the workouts that might be difficult for some people might not be so difficult for Victor. The only thing that was his backwards roll to support, although they look strong, definitely need to be cleaned up. Yeah, we always need videographers. Are you coming to the games? Want to shoot some B-roll? B-roll's fun. Some 4K, 60 or 120p. James Sprague. We're going from the bottom. James Sprague. Well, I mean, what's there to say? 2024 CrossFit Games champion that everyone questioned, and he shut everyone up. Are there any doubters still? There's no doubters. There's no doubters, but there were doubters. Not doters, doubters. Went on some crazy run of podium finishes all over the place, everywhere he shows up. In his most recent video, God, in his backwards roll to support video, the homeboy's looking jacked. He looks leaned out and quite incredible. He got the short haircut now. Very tall athlete. Also young. Worked his way onto the podcast with Dallin and Justin and Mr. Hopper. The most liked out of the boys unfiltered podcast. The most liked. And by most liked, I don't mean by the fans, I mean by the others. Like if you were to ask Justin, rank the guys in the order that you like them. You ask Dallin to rank the guys in the order that you like them, and you ask Jason to rank the guys in the order that you like them. He would be at the top. You know what I mean? He would have the highest average. You know what I mean? Does anyone disagree with that? He is I don't want to say he's a chameleon. That makes it seem like his kindness is fraudulent. I'm not suggesting he's a chameleon. I'm just he's he's highly palatable. Although some people don't like his Bible beating, I find it quite pleasant. I was a true believer that James was a fluke win. Yeah, you know what? I don't tell anyone this, but I was too. But I pressed it down. I faked it like I wasn't, but I was too. Oh yeah. I think he may be able to win. Yeah. He can totally win this year. He's the shit. He's the real deal, man. He is the real deal. Oh, Pat Lange. Wow, Pat. This is good, dude. He's a man of God, a true spokesman of humanity. Wow. Yeah. Doesn't he look incredible here? Trains very hard. If there's any issues with Sprague, it would be, and this is just speculation, is that he may have some niggles that we don't know about because he does train exceedingly hard and does a lot of competitions. Oh wow, Dosa says he's going to win this year. I'm going to write that down. James, that's our first. Wouldn't it be crazy if Victor won? That would be crazy. Mason Startup has a video out, by the way, on Hopper, and I'm hearing nothing but incredible shit about it. Sprague is a weird dude. I can't figure him out. Says the immortal witch hunter. Wow. Okay. Anyway, fantastic. I'm trying to think. The problem, the problem, not for us, but the problem with James for other people is that he can turn his weaknesses into strength because of his incredible pacing ability. Incredible pacing ability. Able to stay and play his own game. So that's James Sprague. Then next up, we have Maurice Fiebig. Bodybuilder turned CrossFitter. We had a rekindling of the relationship the other day. He'd been on the show before. And then I think during the Lazar Jukic thing, I was in the BLM thing and the what was that other thing? The black flag. What was that thing that COVID thing? I think my temper tantrums had turned him off, and we had rekindled. He'd probably lost his affinity, his taste for me, and then, I had him on the show, and, very open, very generous with his, thoughts, his history, his training, and he switched over to, the coach with the super hot girlfriend. What was that guy's name? Michael Anderson? Michael Michael. He switched over to Michael from, John Singleton. A bold and risky move to do, and yet he did it. Seems good. Came to the States early. Been training over at Diablo with Craig Howard, using the facility over there. Fifth games. Strongman. Michael Avante? No. Nope. I don't think so. Is that kick necessary, or would he roll faster if they stayed tucked? James Hobart engages Mr. Birchfield and responds, I've been wondering the same thing, Mr. Birchfield. And if it's something to avoid fatigue from a more strict version, or are they fatigued and that's why they're doing it? Of course, Rambler knows everything. He says the kick makes it turn faster. Okay. Next is Benjamin Reyes. I don't know him. No clue. Let us explore together. Benjamin. He doesn't auto-populate. Benjamin Reyes. Here he is. Nikki Rogers follows him. Let us examine the young man from the foreign land. He must be South American because Dave said he wouldn't come on the show because his English is not so bueno. Only 35 posts. Was he a? I don't know anything about him. He looks stout. Looks like we got a little bit of South American Tudor Magda. A simple Caesar type haircut. Lots of black and white photos. He's a black and white guy. The truth is, oh wow, this is from 2024. He tells the truth. The truth is that at the start of the day, it was going pretty bad on the board, but I knew that day I could improve that position. Winning a heat for the first time, this WOD made him switch for what was left of competition. Oh, some color footage. I don't know what the black and white says about him. Maybe he's a bit of an artisan. Vamos de la playa. No. Oh, no. Camera. No translation there. Okay. Oh, here's some colors. I'm going to guess he's 24 years old. But I have no idea. It looks like he took second place. It looks like is Chileño in game. Is he from Chile? Chileño. So that means he took second to Kalen Souza. Did Souza qualify out of South America? And there's that great writing that always happens on Instagram. Why is Instagram doing that? Does anyone else do that? And my translations aren't working. All right. That's it on Benjamin Reyes for now. Yes, yours does it too. Get to know Ben, the next Chilean in the games. Have we ever had a Chilean in the games? Anyone? All right. Roman Krennikov. Is Roman a fan favorite? Is Roman a fan favorite? Is that or did that play out already? Roman Krennikov, Mayhem from the Mayhem Empire. He hails from the great land of Russia, Rusa. Pat says Roman's kind of boring. He did the it looked like he was going to win the games a couple years ago, 2023, and then he broke his foot or twisted his ankle jumping over a hurdle. Very close. One of the years, I believe Justin Medeiros won the games. Roman also was in the running, and in the final event, I think Justin beat him or did good enough to where Roman couldn't win. I think he's getting up there. I think Roman might be getting OLD. 31 years old. Great big man, also a great runner. Big and strong, and also a great runner. Not winning the games this year. I don't think. Although I suspect somewhere between in that turtle head of his, because he does look a little bit like a turtle, doesn't he? Like one of the Ninja Turtles. Yes, that was the year Adler won. Somewhere in that turtle head, I'm guessing that Roman believes this is his last year in terms of having a chance to win, whether he's admitted it to himself or not. He's like, damn, my shit's getting old. Next up, Jay Crouch. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. Here's the question. Here's the question. Here's where the tension is. Who wins the games first, Jay Crouch or Dallin Pepper? Has Jay ever beat Dallin at the games? Where's Brian Friend when you need him? Has Jay ever beat Dallin at the games? Jay has ascended. Yes, Pepper. Oh, you think Pepper's going to win the games before Jay? The thing is Jay, man, every year shows up a little bit better. I think the room between the glass ceiling that Dallin's closer to his maximum potential than Jay is to his. That's where the calculus, the algebra. Sorry, I don't do calculus. I don't do even algebra 2. Just the algebra. Jay, the algebra, when I do the mathematics, the arithmetic, Jay has more room to grow, and he's shown it. 27 years old, peaking this year and next year, peaking. Injury free. Great squatter. Deep below parallel. Heavyweights. And let's not forget his training partner, Ricky Garrard. They're over at Proven. They bathe in the energies of Tia Claire Toomey Ur. Great coaching of Shane Ur. Jay's an unknown because you don't know if he's an unknown because you don't know if he's going to take first, second, or third. That's it. That's the only unknown there. That's a great unknown. Jay Crouch. And then there's the Panchek brother, the twin, Spencer. They shared a womb with Saxon. Probably shared a bedroom with Scott. I don't know. Sorry, we're gonna go back. Hobart saying very contentious things. Jay's the man, but Pepper has a better track record so far. I don't think you can say that. You're saying that because you think Dallin's finished higher on the leaderboard more often, but who's ascended? Who's shown he's putting in the work? Who's made the most improvements? It's Jay Crouch. It's Jay Crouch. I think what we've found out about Dallin. What we found out about Dallin is he's not the best at anything. You know what I mean? Like Dallin is in the same vein. He's in the Justin Medeiros zone. He's in the friend zone. You know what I mean? Dallin's a threat at all times, but he's just not the best at anything. And the one time he was the best at something, it put him out of commission for 2 weeks. Yeah, Justin's a beast, but in those, Justin's a beast. Don't get me wrong, Justin's always a threat. But Justin, Mr. Medeiros, he's Mr. Consistency. I think Dallin, you could throw Dallin in that camp too. Jay's consistent, and he has some home runs, and he's improving more. Mr. Ortega, if you're talking about improvement, sure, Jay. I am. That's what I'm saying. Dallin has a better record through and through. Also, Jay's older, and Dallin has more room to improve. That's where I don't think you're right. I think Dallin is maxed out. In the direction that Dallin's going, I think he's maxed out. Maybe little tiny wiggle room. Micro adjustments. Dallin's a great mover. Insane work ethic. Great numbers. But Jay's ascending. Jay is soaring. Don't give me that though, Hobart. Just say I love your conviction. You don't have to say though. I know what that implies. Mr. Leonard, reinforcing what I wanted to say but didn't say because I didn't even know what the fuck I'm really talking about. Justin won without winning a single event, which is wild in and of itself. And don't forget, under pressure, Justin also did what he needed to do. Justin worked fine under pressure. That year against Roman, he worked fine under pressure. Justin has a history of you can never forget the story. You can never forget the story. 1 in 49 in his first wrestling matches, and then his senior year in high school went to the state championships. There is that is crazy. That is crazy. Landry says Justin won the run. I don't think I don't think Justin will beat Jay in any runs this year. Bob reminds us, wow, is this true? I didn't even know this is true. Don't forget, children. Very condescending, Bob. Matt won his first CrossFit Games without winning an event too. Wow. Sevon, is Prime Team Mayhem Hobart fitter than Dallin? No. No. Dallin is otherworldly. Hobart trained for aesthetics and for rich phoning proximity. Dallin is training to be CrossFit Games champ. Hobart wanted a 10-pack. His 8-pack wasn't enough for him. This is just the facts. Vanity Fit. Thank you, Hobart. Thank you. Pepper is only 24. Fraser started doing CrossFit at 23. I think Dallin has room to get better. No. Something maybe, but not in the trajectory he's on. No. I mean, maybe a little bit, but he's close. He's close to, max that model of human has a max RPMs, and, Dallin has reached it. Spencer Panchik, what an unknown. Definitely a disruptor. The Panchik brothers are definitely disruptors. If they're not in contention for the lead, you still have to count them in because they'll slip in there and ruin someone else's day. And when the traditional CrossFit stuff shows up, they are going to cause problems. They can cause problems. I don't think the Panchik brothers have ever performed in these big competitions to their true potential. I don't know if the brothers, although all three brothers will be at the CrossFit Games for the first time this year, I don't know if that helps or makes them more mushy and soft. Do you know what I mean? Like if they got too much oxytocin floating around there, like they're all lovey dovey, like they don't have the killer instinct. They don't feel the threat enough because they know their brothers are there. And if need be, they could beat anyone up. They just go over there as a 3-pack. So I wonder that. Does it help that they're all three there, or does it make it too much fun? Is it better to be the only one there and feel all the pressure to have to fucking protect the family name, to fight, to know you're alone in the cave with the other monsters? We shall see. Crazy that Spencer is 30. Mr. Anyola Kai, God's gift to European women and men. Powerful, strong, even has some home runs. Even has some home runs. Probably falls in the Hobart camp a little bit with vanity in his early career, a little vanity fit. Probably. Got a haircut. Not sure if that was a good idea. Let's see how he's always fun to look at. Let's look at Anyol. Anyol Akai. You think we're gonna make it to the women? Anyol. Oh, there he is. Yeah. Does he have a mullet now? What is going on? Oh boy. Anyol, I'm not digging this new haircut. Very cocksure of himself. Very cocksure of himself. That's what you gotta love about him. Thick. He's a big boy. That hair is crazy. No shortage of muscle draped from the physique of the Spaniard. He might not like that, the Spaniard comment. He might be like, you know how they got like some shit going on there? They got like Baskians and Spaniardians and but you know what I mean. I apologize, Anyola. It is disrespectful to call you a Spaniard. I apologize if it's disrespectful to say that it's disrespectful to call you a Spaniard. This is odd. Look at he has his iPhone on a full size tripod. That's gangster. You got to love a man who sits on his dumbbell. You don't see that very often. But this line, that was a good line. What it takes to go to the CrossFit Games, episode 3, focus. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm digging this hair. I definitely don't like the earrings. And of the athletes that are fun to look at, he's one of the funnest. Mas fanito. So we got to keep that aesthetic going. Oh, it's getting warm in here. You think we'll make it to the women? How far in are we? 30 minutes. We're not. Are we going to make it to the men? Colton Mertens, the only athlete to elevate out of the adaptive division into. What are you laughing at?
That's good.
Only athlete to make it out of the adaptive division. 28 carries himself like he's 240 with all that wisdom between his ears. Has developed incredibly. Probably the hardest route to the games, that's for sure, of any human being. A combination of limited training facilities, genetics, tisms, outside hobbies, a man of small dogs, soap. But truly the crowd favorite. There is no one that we love more.
Some days start before the sun and end long after the work is done. Dirt, sweat, iron. It all leaves a mark. Hog Scrub is built for the reset. Wash off the day, keep the grit.
Sousa, invoice him for that. That'll be $200 for that one play. It's $200 per play.
Okay, got it. Let's go ahead and play that again for the folks that didn't see that.
Should I play it 5 times during the show so we can just invoice him $1,000
every show?
Man, it's really hard to talk about Colton. There's too much emotional connection.
Definitely not an objective opinion.
Definitely not an objective opinion. He's getting married this year. For many, I would say that could be a mass distraction, but he has a perfect mating specimen. It is she's also wildly fit. Probably has her own delusional aspirations for going to the games also. I did see her cry at the she's not as stone-faced as Colton. I did see her cry at the West Coast Classic that year when Colton just fell short, which makes me think that I see that as a good thing. Deep emotional investment into her pig farmer. Yes, Miss Zerke. Yes, thank you. She does have a name. Is Colton top 15 at the ranch run? Here's the thing, and I have no idea what I'm talking about. Maybe Sousa will weigh in here with some methodological. Analysis, methodological analysis. I think that no matter what, the run's going to be horrible for him because of how much it's going to take out of him. I just think even if he does well at it, it's going to take more out of him than the giraffe that's known as James Bragg. Thoughts?
I will say this: the run is positioned very nicely for him, the way that it sits between the event before and the events after. So that's got to be like a mental kind of check for him, because the first workout, the 25 pull-ups, the jerks, and the rowing, like he could do great on that, staying fast, quick cycles on the pull-ups to pull-up workout. So I think he comes, into that one knowing his run isn't going to be the strongest at the ranch. It might be more or less, I don't want to say like a damage control event for him, but he just needs to make sure that he stays right within the middle of the pack, because then after that, we got the total, right? We're going to have strict press, back squat, deadlift. So those will go great for him.
I wonder how his strict press is. I want to say off the cuff, he can be top 10 in all of those.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he won the back squat last year.
Right, so by a big margin.
By a big margin. So we know he's got that. We know his deadlift's relatively strong. So I think the run is sandwiched good for him.
Yeah, great observation. When I think of it like this, and tell me if I'm thinking about it wrong, but like it'll be 20%. The run is 20% more reps for Colton than James.
Just because you're talking about like the cycle time of the feet and
gait.
legs moving. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that could be, in like a
So it's 20,000 reps for him and 16,000 for James.
Yeah. And on a normal track, like if they were just at like a high school or a college, 400-meter track, I would say that that's going to be a big issue since we know that it's at the ranch. And I don't know if you know this, but I was in top 4 of games athletes that ran the hill with Dave. Top 4.
Oh,
Mhm.
out of
Yeah.
how? Should I ask how many athletes?
We don't need. There was an online version too, so really there was classes.
Have you run the run?
Not the run. I just did the 2020 the rerun of that. Just the straight up version. I didn't do the whole run.
Okay.
But
that's right. And you were carrying the camera.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And so I think that's going to play a potential good thing for Colton because with the trail of the ups and the downs and different things like that, like it could potentially help him with his stride and his gait and his strength through the trail. So it may not be as bad as like, flat ground.
That's a very astute and optimistic outlook. Like, hey, this is better than them being on the track for Colton.
I think so. Yeah.
And hopefully, that one's going to hurt some people. Some people are going to push too hard.
Yes.
And it's going to damage them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you think Colton is top 10 this year at the games?
Yeah.
Even with Victor Hoffer coming in and taking a spot this year. Do you think Victor's top 10? I think he is. After that mayhem performance?
Ooh, it's hard to tell. I mean, the game's programming and what they're going to do is just very different than a mayhem style programmed in affiliate competition. So I think we don't know enough of the events now to really start to say like how well some of these people will do, but we know enough of the events and we know there's going to be enough odd objects and there's going to be enough weird stuff that goes on that I think we're going to see more shakeups in the leaderboard than you might just expect by looking at it on paper. The other thing that I think will be good is the length, like having 20 events, I think favors somebody like Colton a little bit more. Like I think it allows us to show the mental game of being able to perform good or poorly on an event, put it behind you, move on to the next one. Like we know Colton does really good at that. So like can Victor Hoffer is he good at that mental game with stuff like that? I might even say if his body holds up, like if this were a couple years back, we'd be talking about that this would probably be pretty decent for Vellner as those events stack up. He could stay right inside like top 5, top 10. So yeah, I think it's going to be, I think some of the people who we think might do well, or you might, or on the flip side of that, might count out right away. I think like with more events, we're going to have different outcomes. And people like Victor, who you expect to might do well, maybe might not so much. People like Justin Medeiros, who you might already be counting out, would excel in a games style format.
Yeah, I think Justin's going to have a good year. That's a homer take, Matt. He's disappointed in every games and missed the games. Wow. He's disappointed in every games. Wow, that's harsh.
I mean, yes and no, he hasn't disappointed, but I think he's disappointed himself. And I also think that it's not excuses, but things have happened in the last games right off the bat that I think most people wouldn't have mentally recovered from the way Colton did. The run, he was like 6 minutes below his training time, had some random cramping that came up, had the jump rope incident right behind that.
That was horrible. The jump rope incident was horrible.
Horrible. I mean, that event was good for him, right? So like we see him being able to overcome those things. I would like to see a couple things go his way and then see what that outcome looks like rather than him trying to dig himself out of a hole.
Here's also the issue with Colton, and I think I remember seeing this at Rogue. He really, if he can't stay in that top heat, he's at a huge disadvantage because we see these workouts that are home runs for him. He wins his heat, and then people then see what he did, and then they beat him. Whereas if he's in that final heat,
yeah,
I think that we would see him having several placements higher.
Agreed.
And so that's been a bit of a bumpy road for him. Okay, next up, Quinn Robinson, recently training with Jason Hopper. A lot of people didn't think Quinn would make it through the Last Chance online semifinals, and he did. They said he's too big for that type of online event. He did just fine. Here's a clip from his Instagram account, which I didn't realize Quinn had this kind of sense of humor.
Hottest a guy can do is make a little noise. Okay, let out a little. The hottest a guy can do is make a little noise. Okay, let out a little.
I had Quinn pigeonholed. I didn't think he'd make something like this. I had him as like, you know what I mean? Two square, L7.
Did he make that, or did didn't one of his buddies make a clip from the show that he did with you and kind of like made fun of him a little bit with it, and he like posted it up?
I can't remember, but I just think of him as just a kind of like as just square as shit.
That is pretty funny though.
So the fact that he went and trained with Hopper, wherever you were going to place him, let's lift it 5 places. So if you were going to put him at 25th, let's put him at 20th. If you're going to put him at 20th, let's put him at 15th. If you're going to put him at 15th, let's put him at 10th. I think Taylor said they did 18 events.
Mm-hmm.
He's a bad dude. He kind of, to be honest with you, he kind of looks like a man amongst boys. Do you know what I mean? Even though he's 29, he just comes across as so mature, just like physically and mentally.
Yeah. And for some reason, I was thinking he was 33. So you're absolutely right. When you said 29, I was like, wait, he's still in his 20s. I thought for sure he was in his early 30s.
Yeah, Quinn Robinson, 29, 6 feet tall, 205 pounds. And he's one of those guys that presents like he's 6'2". He doesn't present like he's 6 feet. He presents like he's 6'2", 220. Quinn will be top 10.
It's always so hard to tell with some of the rookies, right? Like sometimes they could really come out and you have this kind of expectation and, you know, they look really good on paper and it's tough for them to handle the volume, the adrenaline jump, like, you know, the big lights, the big show. And I'm curious to see how it'll shake out. If he's able to keep a lot of his nerves and all that first time stuff kind of from allowing to dictate his pace and things, like I really think that he could do really well this year, but he's got to be able to control some of that stuff because we've seen that happen with rookies in the past.
Yeah, Quinn Robinson, Rookie of the Year.
Got a good shot.
Don't we know placement doesn't matter on that? Didn't someone win Rookie of the Year one year and they gave it to Kerstetter instead of that person? What happened there? Will someone refresh me? I always thought it was placement, but now we know it's not placement.
I always thought it was placement too, but did they? Because usually like your attitude and like blah 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 is all the spirit of the games, right?
Yeah, there was a guy. He even called Dave out on it when Dave interviewed him last year. It was a couple of years ago.
I know who you're talking about now, but
Hosta, Yellow Hosta. Maybe Europeans can't win Rookie of the Year.
European Rookie of the Year.
Does Quinn Robinson finish higher than Colton?
I mean, the one thing Colton's going to have is just his experience in competition. Like, you know what I mean? He's just a more experienced athlete. So we don't know. The jury's not, the jury's still out in terms of Quentin being able to get all the little things right. His eating between events, his sleeping, like timing, some of that stuff. Like, you know, a lot of that, like if you listen to Colton, And I'm sure a lot of the other athletes are the same way. I'm just more familiar with him talking about it. Like he's like dialed, you know what I mean? Like he's used to traveling and then having to adapt to food and then go into competition, and he just kind of has all his set routine. And I imagine that that's a pretty big chunk of the stuff going into the games. And so if you don't really have that dialed, that could be an issue for Quinn coming into this first year too.
And very few are as well put together between the ears as Colton,
Yeah.
as you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
So Quinn, who knows? Who knows what will happen to Quinn when he hits the big stage?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if him and you know how the athletes like buddy up throughout the weekend. I wonder if Quinn, but usually the top tier guys don't, like the lower tier guys aren't allowed to assimilate. They don't assimilate.
No fraternizing with the lesser heats.
Yeah. I wonder if Quinn, who he assimilates with. Henrik Haapalainen, 31. Good job on Henrik. I would say he's become like a staple. What is how many games has this dude done now? I think Henrik might have some games, 21, 22, 23, 24, an 18th, a 24th, a 24th, and a 14th. Did he not go last year, or is this not updated?
I don't remember him last year.
He did 10 places better than he did in 2024 than he did the previous year. Oh, he made it last year. Or he made it this year, laugh out loud. Colton will win event 1. Quinn training with Jason was eye-opening for Quinn, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Colton was 12th last year. I think he'll be top 10 this year.
Agreed.
Haapalainen out of Europe. Great at started with kind of one of those gymnastics backgrounds. I think he was into like that parkour shit. Very talented on a skateboard. Great hand-eye coordination. Also disruptor. Nick Matthew. I feel like Nick Matthew never comes to the 5'9", 200. I feel like Nick Matthew never comes to the games, or when I see him in competition, he never looks like fully tuned up, like he's like a month out of competition. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Hasn't he always had a little like thing going on every time, some sort of injury or something kind of nagging or something like that? For some reason, that just always comes to mind to me when I think of Nick Matthew in the last couple of years.
It says he's been to the games 3 times. Who knows if this is up to date? Highest he's taken at the games was in 2022, a 14th. Last year he took 20th. Great in the back squat. I'm going to guess he has a great strict press also, and a great deadlift. The run is going to be horrible for him.
Is
absolutely,
it?
absolutely horrible. Because I just don't think that's his forte. The running. Does anyone want to unfuck me on that or confirm? Nick has some holes in his higher skill movements. Nick's such a nice dude. I didn't have opinions until I saw his interview. Yeah, he is very nice.
He is, yeah.
Next up, Patrick Vellner, the big unknown, the most accomplished athlete in the field. Can you say that, even though he hasn't won the games? I'm going to say it. The most accomplished athlete in the field, 36 years old. Definitely could have an amazing day 1 relative to the rest of his performances. At 36, he could come out really hot, be top 10 after day 1, and then just completely peter out. it will be interesting for him because this year is not starting with the long swim. And so he won't be digging himself out of a hole that we're used to seeing him dig himself out of. I
Maybe
think,
we're gonna see. I mean, he could choose to throw, a running roundhouse kick and blow his knee out in the first 20 seconds. You never know at that age.
yeah, what is going on with Vellner? We don't really know, right? We don't know if it's age or the surgery that he had on his heart, or I want to say his attitude is perfect.
What do you mean?
In terms of he sees this as his last, like he's acknowledged that this is his last year. He's probably training freer and harder than he ever has. He knows the crowd loves him.
Mhm.
I just really don't know if I was a betting man, I would say he's not going to be top 20 at the games this year.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't know. Like his
but no one would be shocked if he was top 5.
right.
Yeah, I would be shocked if he was top 5.
I don't know, man, because like he just has so much experience, and
The most.
if his body holds up, I think that's like the one variable. Like you said, we don't really know what's going on with him. Like, is there something up? Did he recover good from that surgery? Like, is his body like competition ready to compete at this level? But also too, like, it could help him a little bit because he is more of a intelligent athlete and he's more of a pacer over the course of 20 events. Like, will that strategy help him more than 6 events where you got to go like balls to the wall to each one of them, to keep up with these guys? Right off the bat, we're already seeing that like day one, you're going to have to kind of pace yourself across everything. Cause like you said, that run could really hurt you, man. And then you could put up no weight in the total. And then that's going to be a problem. So like, yeah, I think his experience is going to play a big factor into this. And who knows, that might swing his in his favor quite a bit. And you might see him pull a top 5.
Do you think he'll finish the games?
I think if he finishes the games, he'll also do well, if that makes sense.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I could also see in a world where he finishes the first 3 events, or 6, however the total split up, right? But like those first 3 events, and we could see him pull out day one. Like, would that surprise you?
No,
it wouldn't surprise me either. And that's why he's such kind of like a variable.
head on over to Vendor Village and sign shirts.
He's such a variable in this because he could come and he could kick ass and we could be like, wow, it's not that surprising. Like, we know that Pat has just tons of experience. We know he's really fit. We know he's done it all. So will that show up over the course of this weekend, or is Father Time going to catch up with them? And if he does a trail run and we got a tweaked knee or ankle and that ends it. I think for him, he's going to want to end on a good note. He's announcing it's his last season. Like, I think he puts everything into this.
I think he puts everything into it also.
Yeah. And so unless there's something catastrophic that happens, I don't think we'll necessarily see him pull out. But yeah, it'll be interesting. I want him to do well on his last year, though. I'll say that.
Me too.
I would love to see him in the running.
If he finish, that would be awesome.
Like in a podium running,
He will. It sounds like I had Dave on yesterday, and it sounds like he will be on Dave's. Get a Dave interview on Wednesday.
Yeah. Did that make it?
That should be fun. That should be the biggest one.
Yeah.
Not Roman. He doesn't have Roman, and I think he has Danielle scheduled also. I think he said that,
this
but
morning.
no, not
Did
Roman.
he say 8 a.m. this morning? Oh, but they're not doing it live. But they're not doing it live, so it doesn't matter. Okay, because we won't know when that's posted then. Yeah, that's going to be a good one because Dave and Pat have a lot of history, and we also know that Pat's not afraid to push back. So I think it's going to be an interesting interview.
I think Pat will play very nice, being that it's his. Do you know what I mean? I don't think you go like when you're on your deathbed. I think you play very nice.
Well, I think he'll still push back and play nice. Like, I don't think Pat's ever done it. I mean, when we've had him on the show and you've talked to him and stuff before, he always gives you a little pushback or like, we'll debate with you a little bit, but it's in good. I don't think he's coming to argue like in that sense, right?
No, but I feel like he's been very passive aggressive with Dave. like alluding to things instead of saying things, skirting around subjects in order to poke and prod.
Yeah.
I do not like it when the athletes do that. I especially don't like it when they do that to Dave. A few of the athletes did that this year. Do you know what I mean by that? Like, they take things that pundits have said about Dave, and instead of being like, "Hey, what do you think about this?" they skirt around the issue. Like when James Sprague said, and of course I'm reading into it. I have no proof. I don't know. But when James Sprague was talking to Dave and he said, "So do you feel like you're spread too thin or something like that? Do you feel like you're doing too many things?" It's like, I did not like that.
Really? You thought
because he picked that up because he's butt buddies with Brian Friend. And I think he picked that up from Brian Friend.
But didn't Dave ask James that same question about the competitions? Just like, hey, do you think it's too much? Do you think there's something going on? Like,
that's
so
that's a really good point. But I think he was asking that because that's a popular question to ask with all the things, which I also want to say something about.
Yeah, but I was just gonna say maybe he was just, I can't remember when he asked that. So if you could set me straight here with it. But did he ask that like in succession of Dave asking it first? Because that might just be like a normal, like, how are you?
Just like he's mirroring him.
Yeah, like there wasn't that much behind it. You know what I mean? And I don't know if James is and maybe it could be wrong, but he seems a little bit more straightforward to me. Like if you
I agree.
I'd be right there with you. If like Pat was like, aren't you spread a little thin? I'd be like, okay, I see what you're saying. But with James, I'm like, maybe not.
I'm totally open to being wrong about that. No, that is not correct. CrossFit. You have the psychological analytical skills of a biased third grader who's trying to get a lollipop at lunchtime. That is not out of context. That is called analysis, which I admitted that I was reading into, and discernment. Big difference than taking stuff out of context. Learn how to learn. You listen. I don't use this line very often, but you're better than that. You are better than that, CrossFit.
Is that passive aggressive manipulation?
Yeah, that's passive. Yes, thank you. Normally it is. That's why I don't like to use it. But he is better than that. He disappointed me there. He disappointed me there with that.
I feel like I haven't seen CrossFit in a while. Welcome, madam and our sir.
I see CrossFit every night in my dreams. James Hobart, literally the definition of out of context, though. No. It is not. It's not even close to out of context. Are you out of your fucking mind? It's completely in context. It was an example. If I wouldn't have given an example, I would have been doing exactly what I was accusing other people of doing. So I gave an example.
Why do you know what too, with the thing with Dave, is there this like perpetuating narrative that like maybe has just got too far out in the weeds that it's like, what are we even doing here anymore? You know what I mean? Like there's
but I want to know.
Okay, there's so much like nitpicking. It's like I'm sitting here like this, right? And I'm like, okay, Sevon, go ahead, say something. And the second you're like, make some sort of comparison or say like, oh, I don't know, and haven't been paying attention to that. I'm like, yep, got it. Clip it, go. He doesn't give a fuck. Dave doesn't care. He's washed. He's cooked. He's done. Like, and then we start to expand that to the stuff with like the flip turns and like the jumping in the pool and stuff we have no context on the total of the workout. And Dave was talking about this last night, but it's like, we have no context of the workout. Something is said, and I would be willing to bet a lot of money that if instead of Dave saying we're not going to dive in or have flip turns because swimmers that are great swimmers, it gives them such a massive advantage over the field that's why we eliminated those. That's kind of what he said, right? Paraphrasing, but essentially that's what he said. So that's where everybody ran with it. But if he
Andy's also said more recently, you don't know what the other movements are. On yesterday's show, he's like, hey, when we did the bar muscle ups, we made them do singles. You had to come down every time. And people were really pissed. But in the end, that was very fucking smart. What if someone would have slipped off the bar and hit their head on the fucking pool deck?
100%. And the other thing, and that's exactly what I was going to say, if Dave had changed the way he had said that and goes, yeah, we're going to do a swim, it's going to look a little bit different. Real swimmers, they're not going to be stoked about this because we're going to kind of handicap them a little bit. But due to the nature of the event, some of the other things, we're thinking about safety here. And so there won't be any kick turns or diving into the pool allowed. Like if he would have phrased it that way versus the way that it was done, like both things are true, but it was just the way he said it. So that's what I mean by like the nitpicking there, right? Like if we had the event up and like we had all the context and everything else, and then he still made those same statements and people had their opinions, it's like, okay, that makes a little bit more sense to me. You have more of the information. But if you don't have the information, and then he phrased it the way he does, and then you just start like nitpicking on it, it's pretty it just seems like it's getting a little nitpicky.
Not a little.
Yeah. And I would be lying to say that I don't also fall into the nitpicky. You know what I mean? Not necessarily maybe just with Dave, but in the context of the overall CrossFit ecosystem. Like sometimes we get on these things and like dive down the rabbit hole on it. And we're like, is this even a problem to be solved? Is this even worth kind of the opinions here? Or can we focus on something bigger or a larger picture? Right.
Right. And hey, and it'll be to be honest, it won't even be a topic ever again after the event.
Of course. And there might be something major in there that makes
even the
sense.
most Weasley people in the space won't even bring it up again. I mean,
Totally.
it's even below them because it's just going to happen and it's going to go away.
And I like the fact that we do, like, this is kind of the job of the third party media. But, and I was saying this in the show that I did last week. Like,
but we're not third party media. We're first party media. But
thank you. Yes. First world media. Sorry. We use the restroom, not just in the streets, like some of you third partiers. But, to me, it's like part of that is also the job of what we do, right? So you kind of got to take it with both sides there,
right? But that being said, it's one thing to be critical or ask questions. It's another thing to take everything and weaponize it, and that's what happens. It gets weaponized or turned into a mallet to hate with, as opposed to something to be like, I wonder why they're doing that. I wonder where the arbitrary line is between giving people an advantage and making it a required skill. Is it because only 10% of the population swims? Are they not having kick turns and flip turns because 82% of black people don't have access to pools? Like we don't know what the fuck their thought is.
Yep.
Good morning. Fun fact: Shane and Perrin were the only coaches with +1 athletes winning semifinals. +1. I don't know what that means. Torres and Shane had most amount of podiums. What is that? For Torres and Shane had most amount of podiums. Yeah, Torres is the brute camp is the beast mode. Good morning.
Shane, I think you meant more than one athlete. Like Hannah, 1+ athlete or something like that.
Hannah and Fish. Okay, got it.
And you know what? The other thing too, just to go back to the flip turns and the diving in, we called this 2 years ago. And we were like, hey, the outcry of safety is going to start to put bubble wrap on everything from this point forward after the tragedy with Lazar. Because when people come in and they're going to demand more safety, demand more oversight, demand more regulation, not always a terrible thing in certain circumstances. But the problem is it just starts to encroach upon everything. So now that we're introducing a water event back at the games for the first time since Lazar tragedy, do you not think that they're not going to fucking be looking at that thing under a microscope in terms of eliminating any potential risk? Hey, there's a 10% chance that we are going to run and dive into the pool that somebody may slip and have an issue. Okay, 10% is too great for us. Let's just take away the diving in. Well, not everybody's going to dive because they don't have that skill. The first person that has a skill and dives forces everybody else to dive.
Those are the people I'm concerned about, the people who are going to dive who don't have the skill.
Hey, there's no turning and doing a flip turn. Oh, it turns out that this whole swim is done underwater. And the reason why we're not doing that is because we have to visibly see you come up and take a breath, have enough cognitive ability to put 2 hands on top of the pool deck, go back down under a breath, and then swim across to the other side.
Oh, what if the last lap had to be done? That would be
underwater.
Savage. They don't have the balls to do that.
So now all of a sudden you're like, okay, well, that's a safety thing, because if we're going to go, the length of the pool completely underwater and back, we need to see you come up for a breath. We need you to just watch your judge put 2 hands on, right? So you're not like going there and then passing out and having some sort of potential issue. So again, you're just putting more parameters on it in the name of safety.
Guy Malheros, the odd thing to say, super dark horse this year, could finish in the top 5. The incredible athlete, insane performances. What was it? Did he win the last chance qualifier? Or was it the quarterfinals he won?
Yeah,
Whatever
the semifinal.
Whatever he won, absolutely insane. The one thing with Guy is I would put him in the higher. If I had to choose people who would pull out, I would choose Guy. I think Guy runs very hot. He's very explosive, and the chance for injury is probably higher with him than most, just in the nature. He's the Formula One race car, and there's going to be some potholes on this track. And but I think he is going to be very, very, very fun to watch.
Yeah, super athletic, super quick. It'll be cool to watch him compete out there. But he is very much like a finicky, high performance sports car. Like if you give him just a clean, brand new track and it's just straight and smooth, like he's going to ride that race car down there quick and we're all going to be in awe. But if you put a couple of zigzags in there and a little roughy bump stuff, his car falls apart and parts are falling off and it takes it forever to get replaced. Like that's the way that I kind of view Guy.
I always pictured him as a high energy, super positive, great mindset guy too. Like can take the wins and take the losses. He did seem a little subdued when he was on with Dave.
I didn't see that one.
And he does have
though.
And he does have a wife and a kid now. So how that will affect them? Does that ignite the fire or take away from the fire? Guy is identifying as a CrossFitter now. Dylan Hamming, boy, this is going to be interesting, man. Another big man in the field.
Mm-hmm.
I think Dylan is a do or die type of guy. I think he, 33, I think he's going to fight to the death. It's going to be very interesting to see how he lasts through 20 events.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he'll definitely be somebody to watch. And he's kind of like Quinn in the sense where there's a lot of variables there, right? Like we just don't have enough information right now. We've kind of watched him make the rise up to the games. So it's going to be interesting, but I hope Dylan has a really good run this time because just with age and all the other factors that come in there, like, is he going to have many shots at the games after this? Who knows? But now that he's there, especially on the 20th one, I hope he's able to dig in and do well on some of these events. I kind of see it though at the first time, like maybe middle of the pack, I think would be great for him.
I think Dylan and Quinn need to go there and compete freely too. They need to absolutely not let any stress get to them. Easier said than done, of course, but they just need to go there and be themselves, and I think they'll murder.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I think Dylan will have some top 5 events, for sure. Well, once again, it's also going to matter. I don't know, events plural, but I think he'll have a top 5 event. It's also going to matter what heat he's in, of course.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Caleb Clements, big man, South America. Someone has to finish last. Great attitude, but someone has to be bottom 5. I want to say how many games has Caleb been to? Is this his 3rd games?
I don't know. I don't know much about him.
Really big dude. 15th, 24. Oh, it says he took a. Oh no, sorry. CrossFit Games 24 and 25, a 20th and a 16th. Okay, all right. My bad. Boy, top 15 is going to be hard this year.
Mm-hmm.
Top 15 is going to be hard. This guy, Luis Cuellar. Louis, I don't know who this guy is. Did I invite this guy on the podcast? Followed by Victor Hoffer. I invited him on the podcast. No response.
Who you talking about, Luis?
Yeah. Looks a bit like a model. These Latin guys. Chasing dreams.
God, that was great. That's like footage of me getting the new Hormozy book. I threw that in there for Taylor.
That's good. Built like Superman. Keeps the heels on the ground, as Taylor likes to notice. Not afraid of the thruster. Great crotch shot.
Intensity in the eyes.
I'm just guessing by his name that he's South American.
It's a good guess.
Luis. Oh, here's some writing in English. A man of wisdom. The day you plant the tree is not the day you eat the fruit.
Nice.
Maybe a Taoist. He's got some skills. He does not look big. He looks the right size. He doesn't look too big. Wow, look at that forearm in this shot. Very emotional man. Two out of three clips. Oh, here he is with Añol. Oh, maybe he is a big guy. More writing in English. That's a good sign.
Vamos ahí a lo que.
Oh, he is a big dude. My bad. Big man.
Good looking guy. Great for the games. Great for the sport.
Get
Great
to that
for
final
CrossFit.
heat. Doesn't tie his shorts in the front. I like that.
God, just lets it hang loose, huh?
Yeah, that's faith. That's what you call faith. That's deep rooted faith. Those forearms are crazy.
Yeah. He's got some Popeye arms for sure.
Yeah.
Hi.
Oh, Spain. He's Spain. España. Oh no, that's Caleb. Oh, he posted something for Caleb. What the fuck?
Damn. Dude, this dude doesn't add songs to his clips. This guy scores his clips. You know what I mean? Like everything's so intense.
More English. And he's telling women here, don't call me, I have plans. All right, you're right. He does score his.
And let's not assume, he just doesn't have plans for anybody. We don't know which gender.
Right. There you go. Do you think that he shaves regularly, or he just doesn't have he can't grow?
Oh, yeah, that's a pretty boy. He shaves it.
Okay. Here we go. The one you've all been waiting for. I'm going to say Austin Hatfield is the biggest unknown at the CrossFit Games.
Because, you're saying he could win it, or he could just be like,
this is if Will Leahy and Rich Froning had a baby. It would be Austin Hatfield. Like, you just don't fucking know what's going to happen. The potential is bonkers.
Through the roof.
Yeah, bonkers. The mindset and attitude, top tier. Capacity there, skills there, athleticism. No fucking holes. Holeless. Mm-hmm. They call him in the hood. They call him Austin Holeless Hatfield. In the perfect training camp for he's in the survival of the fittest training camp.
Yeah,
that's known as the Mayhem Empire.
Yeah.
We don't coach you. We test your survival. I mean, he is everything is perfect. His girlfriend is smoking hot and has a similar on a similar goal plan.
Mm-hmm.
Hormozy plan.
She's definitely a rocket. That's a new one I heard. Rocket. Just say that from now on.
Yeah, rocket plan. I don't,
She's a
I don't see what could go wrong. He can push hard. He can last the whole weekend. He can win events. He can run. He can go long. He can go short. The headspace. He bounces back after troubling events. Thank you, Adam. If two men have a baby, you should call it a miracle. My bad. But it just seems that like there could be a little bit of he got the Will Leahy curse. You know what I mean? Like just like some like I don't want to say it's as significant as Leahy, but I just feel like Austin could there's always a banana peel in his path.
Mm-hmm. Always a GHD breaking down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what makes it exciting though, because I think like you said, there's just so much unknown. We know that he could have just a couple rock star events. And there isn't too many things that we could throw at him that you're like, oh yeah, this is going to be a huge issue for Austin. So I'm excited to see him compete.
There's only one person. I'm trying to think if there's any women. I'm gonna tone that down a little bit. There's only one man in the field that's a perfect CrossFitter, and Austin is second in that placement.
Who's the first?
We shall see.
Oh, okay, to be determined.
You know who it is. They're above us. They haven't come yet.
Okay.
Do you see who it is?
Dallin Pepper?
The perfect CrossFitter. No, Dallin got holes. That's the thing. Dallin has holes.
I mean,
you see
there's
him.
a lot of them up there. I mean, it could be
you
Adler,
see the perfect. Yes,
Gerard,
you see him.
Like, yeah,
it's Jeffrey.
Yeah,
Jeffrey Adler, the perfect CrossFitter. He's the perfect CrossFitter. And by that, I mean, I'm not going to tell you the workout and you have to pick one of these guys to win it. And you get to wake them up and we're going to wake them up at 3 a.m. Who's ready to go?
Yeah, Adler. I would pick Adler too.
Yeah, it's Adler. And I'm talking about, couplets and triplets and just it's Adler.
Mm-hmm.
He's the fuck. He's like Medeiros is damn close. I'd put Medeiros up there too.
Yeah.
Medeiros can plow the field. Anyway, it'll be fun. Who's coaching Hatfield? Do we know who gets his coach's pass? Who gets the...
That's a great question. I don't know.
I know... I was going to say Josh Honeycutt. Darren Hunsucker is coach for Paige Powers. Oh, I invited... What happened? Did Darren not respond?
Oh, no. I think it's funny that you've mentioned that because I just brought that up because I was just thinking. I think he did.
He did respond?
I think he did respond. I think he said, yeah, we just got to figure out a time. Let's see. Garrett back to... Oh, yeah, right here. Right.
I missed so many texts.
Let me know.
How did I not see that?
Mine's been a mess too.
I'm trying to get Tim Paulson on too. I haven't got his phone number yet.
I think we have his number, don't we? I think I might have his number.
We might need to share a spicy margarita next week. Are we gonna make amends, Miss Medeiros? Are we gonna make amends? I would love that. I'm in the amends phase of my life. I'm in my final 3 chapters in a 6-chapter book. I would love to make amends. I would love to do that. Yeah, I like that too. I got a little tingly.
That's good. Yeah, that's good.
I like that. I would love to make amends. Every time I see you, I'm not sure whether I should approach you and say hi.
You should always approach her and say hi.
I'm gonna approach everyone and say hi this weekend. If you don't like me, suppress it this weekend. Let's work together.
And you know what else is interesting too? Just while we're on,
Adler is not weak in the mind. You're out of your fucking mind, dude. He's a fucking shark. He's an alligator.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Sorry, what were you gonna say? You can go back to amends.
Well, first off, I agree with what you're saying because I was going to say the Adler thing is like part of it. I think that mentally he can do well. No, I was gonna say with the Medeiros, when you watch Justin, like I know some people give him crap online or on the shows and everything, and he's like, oh, he's always like happy-go-lucky and like positive or whatever. And I think people believe that that's some sort of like online persona of his or something, like he's like faking it or whatever. But he's not. Like when I've been around him enough times, like I haven't had to have like a ton of like one-on-one time with him, but like in observation of him out in with the crowd, like with the CrossFit community, like at the games, like he's genuinely like that. Like there's been multiple times.
Look at his mom and dad too, right? I mean, the apple did
100%.
not fall far from the tree.
No, it did not. And you will watch him like leave an event, good or bad, right? Regardless of how the chips fell for him on that event. Some kid stops him for like whatever. Justin stops, talks to him, signs grips, does the whole thing. When we were at the when I was at the ranch,
the athletes I interviewed in Australia all said in the event organizers, holy shit, Justin's a class act and a gentleman. Complete. 100% across the board. Yep.
You see it all the time in everything he does. And so that's why I just wanted to make a note of that, because I know he's been online more and with like the boys interrupted and like they're doing the whole thing or whatever. And I've just heard chatter of that. And it's like, no, if you watch him out in public, like he's just generally like that person. And he's very giving with his time and energy.
You were going to say something about the ranch when I interrupted you. Sorry. When you hung out with him at the ranch or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I lost the train of thought. No, that's all right. But I was just saying, like,
I thought I could get in a quick drum solo and then you would keep going.
Yeah, at the when I was with them at the ranch, we did the CrossFit community thing at the SAP Center, where like the affiliate owners all got like a tour and like we had all this stuff. Like, and this isn't a knock on the other guys. It's not a knock on Jason, James, or Dallin. But like they were kind of gravitated towards each other and like joking around, and I was kind of like with them a little bit. And you're kind of like, "Where's Justin?" You look over, and he's like legit, just like with the community. Like he is like doing part of the workout. He's like coaching some of the people. Like he's not there just like hanging with his boys around like Dave and stuff like that. Like he's like fully invested into the people that are there. And so yeah, just make note. But
I love all the sucking up before the games. Oh, you just wait till after the games. I'm just pushing down all the hatred. I'll let it out. Okay. Look at all these. You guys are all just such positive forces in the space. Thank you, Mr. Dragon, for your comment. So good, so uplifting. Thank you. You're probably the most sincere person in the world, right? While we love on people, let's not get too crazy. Hobart, let's dig out some dirt.
Hobart, tell us what happened here.
I'm gonna make a list of douche canoes and cool people from the chat. I know nothing about this guy, Nika. I just know he only weighs 113 pounds. He's the lightest CrossFitter ever to compete at the CrossFit Games. Where's his he competed in 2022, 24, and 26. Nope, that was quarterfinals, semifinals. He's never been to the games. There's no games. There's no games for Nika. You just know, you hear that name and you're like, hey, that guy has a great Olympic lifts, right? Just the racist in me just comes screaming out, oh, this guy can fucking Olympic lift like a mofo, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, did I say racist? I meant discernment. Nika, MAISURADZE. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them that populate on my Instagram, so I have no idea who to pick. So I'll go to Google, paste, and then type in CrossFit with it. And there he is. Oh, this guy's cool as shit looking. Is this him? Wow. Wow. This guy looks fun. I hope this dude speaks English. Wow. Look at that. This guy is long.
He's jacked.
Look at that. He stole my nose. Look at him. He's wearing like the Amazon shorts that I buy for my kids. Look at this guy. Look how wide his hips are. Big ol' ass. I love this dude.
Got a glute powerhouse.
Yeah. Hey, remember yesterday we were talking on the show about boobs you can see from the back? This guy has ass you can see from the front. This guy is crazy. Wow. What a specimen. What a specimen. Finishing event 1 on Friday at the French Throwdown. He writes in English. Wow, look at those arms. What do I know about his deadlift? Does that mean he deadlifts a lot because his range of motion is only 4 inches?
Sets him up for a good one. I don't know what his deadlift is, but short levers help.
This guy needs to win an event so we can see him explode. Does he have a kid? Is he French or is he Russian?
He doesn't. There's nothing in his bio about it.
I'll look one more time. I mean, oh boy, that's a wide stance, young man.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a bunch of winter posts. Wow, he is cool looking. What is this? Oh, an athletic. Oh, ladies and gentlemen.
Huh.
Wow. Give that a like. Where do I like? Oh, here. Wow. What if you just posted your phone number in every single post? What if you only commented on Instagram and just posted your phone number? He used to have a man bun. He looks like he's kind of nude. You know what I mean? Some of his movements are refined. His double unders were a little clumsy. I know that those were heavy snatches, but he's going wide. But his gymnastics look out of control.
Yeah.
That takes balls to do the handstand walk obstacle on wood. That's strong. That's strong. 4-plate front squat. What do you think his sport was? If we dig down, I'm gonna say he was soccer.
Oh, good call. Is that right there? Soccer?
Oh, that looks like American football. Oh shit. Okay. So he played some.
Interesting.
I can't tell. This guy also like just kind of just has that super French vibe too. I'm gonna ask Google. What kind of last name is this?
Did he didn't do an interview with Dave, did he? He played for the
kind of
Steelers,
name?
Jacob.
He's Georgian.
Oh yeah, CrossFit architect said that up here. Georgian flag.
Wow. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I should have picked that up by the DZE. Georgian surname. Okay. All right. That's the country just north of Armenia. No wonder he like the gene pool.
Yeah.
The nose, yeah.
It's close. Mm-hmm.
That's what I would look like if I worked out.
Sick.
That's me with Hobart's body.
I always say I would look like Rich Froning if I worked out.
That guy perfect. That guy's not juiced at all. Are you out of your fucking mind, Cole? How dare you make those accusations?
Yeah.
50 burpees, you douche. Okay, I don't know how he's going to do. Let's say bottom 5.
It's a good call.
I'm definitely going to get him some screen time, though.
For the
Jeffrey Adler, the greatest CrossFitter,
top
32. Jeff's old. This is Jeff's last year.
I didn't think it's his last year. Remember when he was, you know what else is funny? is the girls podcast is now just the Girls Interrupted instead of the Girls Unfiltered, which is kind of funny.
They changed the name?
No, but everybody just refers to them as that. So it's like that's just
Oh.
what it is now, right? Like I
Oh,
would have
yeah,
gone
yeah.
I would have gone totally different with the name. I wouldn't have mimicked their the Boys Interrupted because now you just have the female, unless that's what they're going for. But I think in that interview he said like it wasn't his last year, but he was like open to it, is what I kind of got the vibe of.
He was or wasn't?
I can't honestly, like now that I'm thinking about it, like I can't remember enough to like be for certain on it, but I remember him thinking like, yeah, it's getting close. Like in that interview, like he was like, I'm not announcing a retirement, but I think he knew the end was near.
Adler has a shot to win the CrossFit Games. At 5'9", 197 pounds, he is and looking like an action figure and having crazy skill sets and tons of experience and great coach. He's as dialed as they come.
Yeah, I mean, I think like top 5 is an easy guess for him, and he could win the whole entire thing.
Yeah,
I think so too. Oh, CrossFit Architect said Adler was like he'll keep trying, he won't go when he doesn't make it anymore. Okay, that's probably why I was thinking like there wasn't an affirmative answer, but he didn't sound like he wasn't like, oh no, I'm in this for another 10 years. It was kind of like, when I can't make it, I won't anymore.
I watched about 20 minutes of that podcast, the Girls Uninterrupted podcast, and I hadn't really he seemed so cool and relaxed. And maybe that's just because he was hanging out with the girls, or maybe he's just, I mean, we're seeing these people just mature so much.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of sucks. Their personalities become the best as their careers as athletes seem to come to an end. Did you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's I'm just making shit up here. Maybe it's more appreciation for all of the stuff, knowing when it's coming, when it's winding down, so to speak.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I mean, how many times we've heard Rich say it countless times. Like, yeah, hey, when there's these meet and greets and people have questions, I'm going to show up and I'm going to answer the question, because one day no one's going to care to see me anymore. No one's going to care to have me answer this question. So why they do now, like I'm like going to not take advantage of it, but take advantage of it, right?
Is Jeff going to crash after the run? Here's the deal with the run.
No.
I'd love to hear Suze's thoughts on this. It's really up to Roman, Jeff, and Ricky how they're going to do this. Are they going to get a lead and then hang on, or are they going to try to race the whole thing? Also, we have no idea. You know, Jason has shown crazy potential. Yeah, this is going to be interesting to see what Adler, of course, can win it if he wants.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, what's it going to take off of him? He is going to win the deadlift, and he's going to finish top 10 in that first workout. I'm assuming his back squat's not too shabby either. I don't know about his press. Man, he is good. He is good.
Mm-hmm.
Bye-bye.
Wait, who is who bye-bye?
Listen. I want to tell you guys something. We are all not created equal. Everyone is different. So there can only be one Pat Lange. Like just know your place. Like, there's times when you're the coolest person in the room, and there's times you're not the coolest person in the room. If you're the coolest person in the room and Travis Bajan enters the room, you're now not the coolest person in the room. And if you keep trying to be the coolest person in the room, you look like a jackass.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you can be the holiest man ever, and Jesus walks in, and you need to just chill. You need to like take a knee.
Yeah.
You could be the biggest scumbag ever, and Satan walks in and take a knee. Like, you just look like at some point, like, you have to know what you're Like you could be an alpha in 5 domains, but when someone else shows up who's the more alpha than you, like take a knee, just chill. There'll be other opportunities. Don't you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
like you got to know you're giving advice on finances and you make 20 million a year and a billionaire walks in and like you need to shut the fuck up for a minute.
The pecking order. You got to know the pecking order.
Yeah. Thank you.
Some chickens get pecked by all of them. Some get pecked by none. Just depends on which chicken house you're in, you know?
I've never heard that. That's good.
That's why they call it the pecking order.
That's good. In what room are you the alpha? Or when I'm all alone, Cole? When I'm all alone. When it's just me and the 3-fister. Just me and the 3-fister. That's it. Some get pegged. Yeah. Some get pegged, some get pegged.
It happens.
A wrench has spoken. I thought Brad was going to come on this morning, actually.
I thought it was too. When I saw it, when I like jumped on, I was like, oh man, like it's gonna be cool doing me, you, and Brad. And then I was like, wait, you're by yourself. I
like Brad because he says a lot of funny, quirky stuff. And if Brad was a UFC fighter, he'd be like Paddy Pimblett or who's the light heavyweight. Like he just beats to a different drummer. He got a different like cadence. Everyone else is doing a 1-2 1-2, and he's doing a 1-3 1-2 1-3 1-2. He's got. Wait a second. Yeah, that was why what Sousa said, but then Brad took it to the next level. How Brad out alpha. Brad pecked him.
He pecked. Yeah. See, there we go. It. Just happened. You guys watched it trade hands right there. What did Cole say? Brad and Sousa could be brothers. Very true.
Saxon Panchik, the twin brother. We talked about this with Spencer. Is this going to be camaraderie, or is this going to be a security blanket that makes them soft? How's this going to play out? And they have big brother Scott doing masters.
Mm-hmm.
Both killers, both want to win. Both incredible confidence. Saxon, and anything CrossFit that pops up, Saxon's a massive threat. Like, don't be surprised if that first workout you see Saxon in the top 5, Spencer or Saxon, or both of them. They could be anything you see like that. They've been doing since like they came out of the womb doing.
Mm-hmm. It's true. They've been doing it for forever.
I do think that probably Spencer and Saxon are the most underrated. They definitely will be fucking up the leaderboard for some people this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So that should be. It's always good to see those guys. Ben Fowler. I had Fowler on. This guy's cool as shit. This is the Australian dude.
Mm-hmm.
Young, 25. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
I don't know how Ben is going to perform at the games, but this will not be the last we see of Ben. Ben has entered baby Jay Crouch era. And what do I mean by that? 10 years ago or 5 years ago, whenever we started this podcast, Jay Crouch was on the radar. We were always talking about him, and he didn't disappoint. Mm-hmm. He just kept climbing the ranks, Fowler's that guy, man. Fowler's that guy. Going to be good to have him there. Ty Jenkins.
Yep.
There's going to be a breakout year eventually.
Yeah. Whenever I see somebody of his age come in, I wouldn't say I count it out, but I just I'm like, cool. He's just going to continue to get experience and get better. And within a couple of years, he's going to be a major threat for top 5 podium onward. But whenever I see him as that young, you're kind of like, okay, you're maybe there. It reminds me of like the early Olivia Kerstetter. Like you're just there for data points, just to get experience.
Like, damn, you're good. You're just not old enough.
Kind of. Yeah.
But eventually it's going to happen. He's going to have that breakout year. And if it is this year, that means one of the top 5 spots will be taken. And it will no longer be like the people you have in the top 5. Eventually it's going to be like, just like, we had Fikowski, Justin, and Brent for a while, that shit. Eventually it's just going to be, everyone's going to be like Ty Jenkins. He's like our next Jeffrey Adler. It's going to be like, oh shit, Ty's coming. Like
And
he's
I
gonna
agree
be
with
the
you.
guy who shows up to competitions and like you're not winning
Right.
unless
And,
it's unless it's like the games.
yeah, and so I think that like you had said, like this year could be his year. Like I agree with that too. Like we could just have this major breakout year and that's it. It's to the moon, right? He's gonna keep going.
Yeah, he's a problem for all the guys he's a problem for someone like Jay Crouch, who's like, okay, like who's slowly whittling away at winning the games. And the year that it's Jay Crouch's year to win the games or Downs' year to win the games, if that's Ty Jenkins' breakout year, he's gonna fuck their shit up.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like he's not gonna stop and be just a level 4, top 5 guy. He's going outside of God having different plans for him. Because Ty's whole life is planned out by God.
I think all of us aren't, depending on what you believe.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I just really wanted to emphasize it with him because he said something on his show the other day. He said something outside of an injury. I plan on blah blah blah, and I was like, no, Ty, that's when you say outside of God's plans.
Mm.
I wanted to. I should have texted him about that. Outside of God's plans, yeah, the ascent is inevitable. All the signs are there. The bird seed is on the ground, and the birds are coming. Like pigeons to an old loaf of bread. He is going to ascend. He's going to come. Kalen Souza. Oh God, the field is stacked, dude.
Oh, look at this fucking guy now in his car and shit.
Oh shit! Like wow!
An hour and 41 minutes in here.
American History X shows up.
I'm sorry, guys.
We can't pigeonhole you. How is your picture better than mine and Souza's, and you're in your car?
Yeah, I'm 6 feet outside a coffee shop. I'm testing limits here.
Wow, it works great, and your audio is coming in nice and clear too. Damn.
If you don't know this, the most knowledgeable man in CrossFit is Brad, who gets no airtime. It's really bizarre.
Whoa.
Invite him on, and we don't even let him give the facts. We're just like, no. You just sit there for eye candy.
for Jew jokes.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, imagine that. Yeah, everyone just picks on Brad because they don't want him to ascend. Brad, tell us what you think about Kalen Souza. Tell us something. What do you know about Kalen?
On a not knowledgeable sense, on just a completely superficial sense.
You can weave in the facts with poetry. This is that kind of show.
I remember the Albany Grip Trip event from our booth last year, and they're all the guys are on air runners, and we're just staring at their backs. And he had the craziest physique, like top 3 physique of anybody at the games. It was astounding.
From the back, which is how you prefer to see men.
Bag of snakes on the back. Yeah, truly a unit. And then I loved his podcast with you. I loved his outlook on CrossFit. CrossFit changed, wasn't it his dad's life?
Mm-hmm.
And his life. He was like, oh, what was that thing?
I wish I could remember. I don't even remember interviewing him.
Yeah, where his dad was like, hey, you could get serious about this. And he like buckled down and like actually did it. He was going to do something else, right? Wasn't he going to like play a sport or something, then decided not to?
That sounds right.
I'm trying to look up that bag of snakes on Urban Dictionary. I don't think this is the...
Dude, we coined it right now, right here.
Oh.
You
Okay.
don't need to look it up unless you're going to input the entry, okay? We're trendsetters. Simone, I'm a thought leader, okay? I don't know if you knew this, but we're thought leaders.
Can you explain bag of snakes to me? What's a bag of snakes?
Dude,
Like
if
just
you gotta
like the
explain it, you're just not gonna get it, dude. It's too underground. It's too underground.
Yeah, I think it's just the musculature of the back. It's like it's like when you feel a strong back, it just feels like snakes covered by just a little fabric.
Wow. You gotta
on a more technical
He is a thought leader.
on a more technical sense, I don't know how he's gonna handle the CrossFit total because he's really good at this. He's got a really good snatch. I'm trying to think maybe the deadlift and the strict press make me a little nervous.
Very tall, long arms.
Mhm.
You're absolutely right. Although he may be very strong, those aren't the places where he's going to be able to showcase his strength. Really good point. Really long arms. He looks. If you saw the dudes one at a time, he looks like the biggest dude in the field. He might be the tallest dude in the field. How tall? How tall is this dude? 184 centimeters. 184 centimeters to inches. He definitely looks at the 6. Oh, he's 6 foot even. He definitely looks taller than 6 foot. Yeah.
He looks 6'3".
Yeah, I agree.
That's crazy.
Mhm. Big boy.
Great attitude. Very positive. Seems very patient with his come up. Like not the kind of guy who's putting pressure on himself to win, but just get better every single year. I think he's become a staple when these guys show up out of South America. You never know if they're just who is the big guy who came out of South America who was really yoked and unathletic.
Yeah.
He was kind of a one-hit wonder, or the guy who came out of the really buff guy also who came out of the strong guy who took last in the run last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Madison. I can't remember his name.
Like you're not sure if they're just one trick ponies. Kalen is not that. Now we know.
And he's had to creep out of Guy's shadow. Guy was the only name from South America for years.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Milano. Yeah, Kayake Cerveni. Yeah, you don't when these guys come up. When they come up, you're not sure. You're not sure. And Kalen's not that guy. He's a staple now. I would even say he's South America's Jay Crouch. 30 Brazilian training out of the UAE, 32nd in 2023, 23rd in 2024. You ready for this? 2025. Do you know, Brett?
I'm going to guess 11.
Very good guess. 14th. So he's going to break that ceiling. He's going to possibly this year. He's kind of one of those landed in the gatekeeper athletes.
Yeah, he was knocking on the final heat door all last year.
How's his running?
I think he's a great runner.
A great runner. Running through the jungles of Brazil. Let's just say that, whether it's true or not.
Mm-hmm. Just hacking cocoa leaves left and right.
Chasing panthers.
Yeah.
Who is the really buff guy out of Europe? Who was that? I had him on the show one time. The strong man. He got old, but still came to the games a couple years ago.
Bronislav.
Yes, thank you. See how good Brad is. Yeah.
Fuck.
He's not a Bronislav.
Brontosaurus.
This isn't just a super good athlete. Kalen Souza is a CrossFitter. I think maybe he even competed as a kid.
Yeah, teen games, was it?
Yeah.
That sounds right. Which that's such a hard gap to cross in the men's side.
Yeah, it's
just
funny.
Getting harder and harder.
They don't have teen. Maybe he wasn't teen, but they don't have teen in the stats on CrossFit. Did you move yet?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're kind of floating all this month before we move in.
And there he is, ladies and gentlemen, Jason with a Y. Yep. Salute the champ. It was very close last year until the end. Jason definitely put a little oomph in the end. No one questioned his victory. He doesn't seem settled or happy with one win, which maybe a good thing. Clearly he's working on himself and more than ever, it seems, in what you see being presented, like on himself and staying on the straight and narrow and being disciplined. Besides that childish podcast he does, he seems he also seems like a mental giant to me. The brain seems like a steel trap. It seems like He's not someone you want to play games with if you're in the back. He will get into your head quicker than you can get into his head. He has two faces, happy and smiling, and full throttle, brick on the gas pedal. He fluctuates between both of them very easily. He was recently on the Cameron Haynes podcast, and he did those runs. He ran the furthest he had ever run and set a course record. And then I think he set another course record that he did later in the day, carrying some 70-pound rock up a mile hill. He's big, ladies and gentlemen. He's the last guy you want to be hit by running full speed. I have to guess he's the forerunner to win the CrossFit Games.
Yeah, you have to. He's the returning champ, and he knows he could do it. And we've seen a lot of home run style events from Hopper. We've seen him close a lot of the gaps between the events that are more like damage control with him. I think the first portion of what we have announced already like shakes out for him pretty well.
Good runner, good presser, good deadlifter, good back squatter.
Great training environment at CrossFit Crash and with a lot of the people that he's surrounded himself with coming into the games this year. So I think he could do it again. I think he wants to. It'll be interesting to watch how it shakes out.
And I think he's a good combination of incredibly self-confident and humble. I think that he probably is a man who pursues humility, but yet keeps leverages the ego that's required to be as successful as him well, that he keeps it caged well. And I think his home life is spectacular. I think he's being true to his home life. He doesn't like to leave home. You saw for the Brute training camp, he didn't wander away. He stayed close to home, which is step in step with what he's been telling us for the last 5 years. Hey, I don't belong anywhere except my small little village. And he brought in Quinn Robinson and Taylor and Logan. Logan, you're so lucky I remembered your name. And they got at it. This is Jason's not humble. The thing is, maybe I'm not going to say whether he's humble or not. I think he's humble, but he pursues humility, and I think that the arrogance and the cocksuredness that he has, I think he has caged, and he leverages it. I don't think that he does not want it to be on the forefront of who he is, and it makes for a very dangerous competitor.
It's interesting. It's always interesting to see if a champ the following year after their win has unlocked something intangible that the others don't have access to. In the same way that you see people struggle for years to get to the games, and then once they get there that first time, they kind of just lock in qualifier status and they can get in year after year after year. I think there's the same thing at the top, where it's once you win, there's a chance you could come back and have access to something that the others don't. So I'm interested to see, is he even going to be on a kind of different level now than we've ever seen him, and on a different level than some of these guys. Even
the fact that Taylor said something nice about him makes me think that you're right. I heard a UFC fighter say, once you become the champ of your weight class, your next fight, you're 30% better. It's not explainable, it's not tangible, but you're 30% better. And it's so hard to dethrone the champ. I remember seeing some study one time that they took 2 soccer teams, tested their testosterone levels before the game, and then tested them after the win. And the team that won had a spike, and the team that lost had a decline.
Wow.
I mean, that's not that surprising. I think like when people talk about momentum in games or in context of the CrossFit Games, like when they win that event and they kind of, you get on the high horse there a little bit and you're like, okay, now I'm going to keep this going, right? You get that mental belief. And like you've talked about it on this show too, it's like you could go hard in a workout, but if you're in first place and you come across that finish line, you get that extra little kick of adrenaline, and like you kind of stay on your feet or you recover a little bit quicker than the guys that are giving everything across the line and coming in like 5th, 6th, 7th. Like they're usually laid out on the floor, and the winners kind of walking around like chest puffed out, like, you know?
Yeah.
And so I think that's where that momentum and things come from. And
You
the
beat everyone by
download is the
30
way.
seconds and you're roaring and screaming and running around on stage, and everyone after you is like fucking in a huddled heap of mass.
Yep.
Even though you have the fastest time. Yeah, it's a trippy phenomenon.
I think first day he's top 10 trail run. He's top 10 total. The Hopper 2007 Hopper is a little bit of a question mark just because of his range of motion, but he's got the best grip. He's got at least one of the best grips in the world. So the grip won't be a problem. It's just the range of the motion on the pull up. But that could be, I mean, so far first day, I think he looks good with the workouts we know.
And you're not, when you say range of motion, you don't mean like in terms of getting no reps. You mean just he's so tall and long, those pull-ups might take, and those arms might fill with blood and he might be fucked.
Versus a Colton, a Nick Matthews. And then how many of those are there in the field that it is just hard to hang on to top 10 if you have some crazy pull-up cyclers.
Yeah.
But he could do it.
Ricky Garrard. Boy. Oh, man. The strongest mindset in the game. Absolutely unflappable. Complete T-Rex mode. Happy, positive, fierce. There's no one fiercer. He put all these guys in a room in a knife fight, and Ricky's coming out alive. This is going to be interesting. 32 years old, overcome the most adversity of anyone. That, you know, maybe there's some stories I don't know, but most adversity of anyone in the field. Never looked like a whimpering dog. You know what I mean? Even though he's taken many a lashings. Never has his tail between his legs. Not only world class in most of the movements, but extremely confident and a leader. He is what's the term? It starts with an A, then an L. Alpha. Yes. You look up alpha in the dictionary, and there's Ricky.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say alligator.
Yes, he's an alligator too.
That too. Wow.
I don't know what I don't. To use Sean Woodland's line, I don't know what this guy can't do.
I think it could be his year.
There's all sorts of weird looks. It seems like there's 20 different ways he could have won the games last year if just one tiny fucking the wind would have blown the other way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Crazy athletic, like way outside the realms of CrossFit.
Yeah, what Abalog says here, you can see it from last year. He is absolutely locked in. I've never seen
best training team also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've never seen Ricky as like viscerally frustrated and disappointed as he was last year in some of those interviews at the end of the games. Like he was in pain because, like you said, he had it right there. So yeah, I think I mean, this could be his most dangerous year for sure. But it's also like, how many years can you be in that conversation? At some point, we're going to see him fade. So I feel that's the question in my head is like, when is it going to kind of tip over? And
when is Ty going to explode? And when is Ricky crossed over into old man era?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is injury is not outside the realm of possibility for Ricky. He will push through it. Of course, he could lose his arm in the competition, and he will keep going. And when I say he is with the best training camp, the reason why he's with the best training camp, and other people are going to be like, well, what about this one? What about this one? What about this one? The thing that Proven has for Ricky is he's the alpha there, and everyone knows it. And so Ricky lives up to it. And then on top of that, his biggest competitors are also his biggest fans in his camp. So he has support and then also insane competition around him with people like Jay Crouch, Matty Sturt, Kerstetter, Colton Mertens, Chris Ibarra. It is a perfect storm for this guy. And then you know, it'd be hard to argue that there's a better coach. Maybe there's equivalents, but you have Shane Orr. And I bet you Ricky's one of the few people that Tia sees as on her level is not the right word. But I think if you were to ask Tia, she has a crazy amount of respect for Ricky. She's like, even she's in awe of him as much as he's in awe of her. He's all worthy, Mr. Garrard, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree with I think everything you said holds true. And I think the way that Brad kind of summed it up is correct. Like at some point we will see digression, and I think he'll mentally feel it and be like, okay, this is it. At 32, he's older in the field, right? Like we just talked about that with Adler at the same age. So I think that's going to play a factor. But for some reason, I feel like this year, like he's always a threat for podium, but I think like this year could really be his year. And we could say that about like 10 of these dudes on here though too. And like I kind of have been, because it is true. Like the competition is pretty fierce.
Steep. The competition's crazy, dude. The competition's crazy. Tudor Magda. I want to lump them. I wonder what you guys are gonna think about this. I want to lump them in the same category as Guy.
Wow, I was just thinking that same thing. That's
really
crazy. Yes,
like you really don't know what you're gonna get, and hey, he's gonna win. He's gonna win an event, which is really hard at the games. And if he can expand his time domain where he's great, outside of the 7-minute realm, and I think he has pushed it. I think when Tudor came on the scene, he was a 4-minute man. Then he was a 5-minute man, then a 6-minute man. Now I think he's probably a 7-minute man. I think under 7 minutes, boy, he's top 5. Like, you better watch out. Enormous fucking ass and hindquarters. massive fucking core to extremity powerhouse. A freak of nature. A bit of a, like you need to have his, like, he could be studied.
Yep.
The 1,000 double unders unbroken, freakish. Maybe the most freakish thing I've seen in CrossFit. As much as people want to suggest that he's a mental midget, what's crazy is on the other end of the spectrum, you can't be a mental midget and push through those last 300 double unders, 500, whatever. Like, at some point he can fucking lock in and there's no stopping him. Like, when did that hurt? Did that start hurting at 200 and he pushed through another 800?
Mm-hmm.
If he can stay focused, there's no, I mean, that's the scary part about Tudor. I don't even think we're close to seeing his glass ceiling. I think he has the most room for improvement maybe in the field. He's even like Ty Jenkins. I don't know what's going to click for him. I don't know what obstacles, but when you talk to him, you can tell that there's some sort of mental obstacles. But boy, when he locks in, holy shit.
So running is the big weakness.
Sorry, real quick, Brad. He won the 40-minute workout at NorCal. Yeah, exactly. That's my point. Those things, when he gets into a single, like, he shows that he can lock in, but it's that space in between the events. It's that downtime that gets to Tudor. It's the downtime. Go ahead. What were you gonna say, Brad?
So he's going to do the first day. He's going to do great on the total. He's probably going to be middle of the pack in the 2007 hopper. The hill run, I think, fares really well for him in terms of mitigating the damage from his running weakness. The reason being, good runners are good runners. So I don't think a non-good runner is going to win the trail run just because it's on a trail and has hills and weird terrain. However, once you get past that first echelon, I do think the trail run fares better for more powerful athletes that are worse at running, but just have the leg drive power. So I think he's probably got to be stoked to see a really diverse terrain, really uphill trail run, as opposed to just last year's 4 miles, 3-mile row, 2-mile run. Like flat running.
How did he do in that last year? Was he towards the back?
I would think so. Let's see.
You have that ability? Oh, you're on your computer in your car?
Yeah.
That's gangster.
Of course he is.
Cole, thank you for proving my point. He said it got hard after 600, LOL. I mean, that's crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
He hung on for 400.
Top 10 at the games, too. I forget that he finished top 10. He was 20th of 30 in the run row run.
Okay.
Which is already probably improvement. The year before, he's probably bottom 5.
Yeah. So I think that the thing for Tudor is once again, in all honesty, if the time between the events goes well for him, he's a threat. He's a threat. He's a top 5 threat for sure. And what's crazy is I think that his buddies know that. I think everyone around him knows that. I think he's more Will Leahy than Will Leahy is Will Leahy. Will Leahy was this great hope. I think Tudor really is the great hope, but I think he's leaps and bounds ahead of Leahy. Crowd favorite,
Dude.
Bailey Martin, Australia's Colt Mertens, man. You can't say anything. You can't say anything bad about the guy. He's got everything going. Been through some crazy adversity with that heart issue 2 years ago at semifinals, and then to come back and finish top 3 behind Jay and Ricky. I believe that Bailey Martin's self-belief is probably the highest it's ever been, and that he is going to come in here very dangerous. Proven athlete.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming his dad will be there with him. His dad was with him the other year. He's put on a significant amount of muscle. He looks like he's put on at least 5 or 10 pounds of muscle in the last 2 or 3 years. Tiny waist. God, there's just so many good dudes. It'll be interesting to see how Bailey holds up for 20 events.
Mm-hmm. I feel like with him, it's going to be kind of this variable. Like we could really see him do well and like be that name that's going to be inside that top 5, top 10, like with these people that we're talking about. Or we could see it swing the other way and him kind of just dwindle to like mid to lower pack.
Yeah, it's yeah, there are going to be some weightlifting events where he goes fucking berserk.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he is going to go fucking berserk. I'm very curious how his total is. I'm guessing he's got a great deadlift. I'm guessing he has a good back squat. And his traps are ridiculous. And his delts are ridiculous. It'll be interesting to see if he can finish top 10 in the total overall.
Mm-hmm.
Is there, Adam, is there a resurgent of outliers in this year's games that will steal points and make things interesting, favoring the consistent athletes? I didn't think so until I went through all these names. I mean, it's crazy. This is crazy.
Yeah.
This is crazy how many good dudes there are. It is bonkers.
And the thing is, too, is like we don't know how the rest of these events are going to be divided up in terms of points because we already see the total is like you get 50 points for each lift, right?
Yeah.
Did I read that correctly?
Which I love. I love.
So like you might, depending on how these things are chopped up, like you might really see some shuffle on leaderboard because somebody might come in and steal 100 points out of like a one event that's broken down into 3 sections of 50 points or something, right? And they could really make some big shakeups on the leaderboard. And then of course you have like some people that could just put on shows like Guy or Bailey Martin in terms of like a snatch complex or something that may show up. So yeah, it's gonna be cool. They haven't announced anything on cuts either, correct?
No, and I'm starting to think that there won't be.
So if there's no cuts spread over the 20 event, they're still doing payouts top 1, 2, 3 for events, I would assume. Like if that's the case, then and you're there for all 20 events, like the chance of a lot of these athletes getting kind of their event popping up becomes higher. And so you could see like a lot of shakeups happening throughout the weekend, which makes it more exciting.
Yeah, and that will test their mindset too, right? You go into day 2 and 15th in this games, and you're still in it.
You're still in it.
You're still in it. You're still in it to win it. A little public service announcement here. I don't know if Brad wants to divulge this information. Brad, I'll start off. What store Wi-Fi are you using? It's pretty damn good.
This is a Canopy Coffee Shop. It's an independent coffee shop on Lookout Mountain, Georgia.
Okay.
No.
Dave has said there are no cuts.
There's no cuts at the CrossFit Games.
That's what happens when you live in Georgia. Bailey Martin, yeah, that's going to be fun. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the Great White Hope. Dallin Pepper. A skyrocketing CrossFit career, goal-oriented, meticulous, powerful, surrounds himself with great company. Even with him, having I don't think you can judge him at all for going from second to fourth. It's basically the same thing. If you're top five, you're top five. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I know for him, it's probably not what he wanted. He went 19th, 5th, 2nd, 4th after winning the kiddie division 3 years in a row in first place. Then he enters the men's division. It's the 19th in 2022, a 5th in 2023, a 2nd in 2024, and a 4th in 2025. I'm gonna say, those are the same. No one remembers first, second, third, fourth. I mean, maybe your bank statement does. Was he able to improve more than the field was able to improve? It's going to be interesting.
And I think he will.
You think he'll finish better than fourth?
Yeah, I think we'll see him in the podium.
Thoughts, Brad? You think so?
I don't know how to feel about Dallin. I don't know why, because you just flashed those stats on the screen, and his track record is crazy. So I think I need to adjust my framework a little bit, because and I know he's a mental savage too. I'm just like, mentally, what if Hopper shows up a league ahead of everybody else? What if Adler is on point and Ricky's on point? They
start fighting for second instead of first?
Yeah. Like, what if I don't know. Part of me just, if Dallin gets in like wallow mode, if he's not in attack mode halfway through the weekend. But I don't know. I don't think he does have those mental weaknesses. I think he is mentally tough, and I think he fights to the end. It's hard for me to say this is going to be his year, though, just because it's every year there's something that's just slightly off, slightly missing. He was right there. But
of those four boys, Jason, Justin, James, and Dallin, I would have put them into two. If I had to put them in two categories, I would have put James and Justin in one in terms of their movement, how I see they move. And I would have put Dallin and Jason into another one. And that one I would call lumbering. The lumbering mover. They lumber along. I think Jason has left that category and has joined James and Justin and whatever that other one's called. And I still see Dallin as lumbering. I wish I could be more articulate, but I'm not a world-class coach. And because of that, it takes a little more effort, and it's a little bit slower, everything he does relative to those guys. Ricky's not a lumberer. You can't be a lumberer. You can't be inflamed. You can't have these. You can't be. Dallin just doesn't move like these other guys that's needed to be a champion. He's you know what I mean? Tia does it the best. Tia just like when she does burpees over the bar, that you can't tell the burpees from each other. She's like water just being poured back and forth. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's no I just see like there's something he needs to go to that who's the guy who used to train Conor McGregor who does all that flowy body shit? Yeah, he like Dallin needs to do an Ido Portal seminar. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he looks like a CrossFitter. He's got too much CrossFitter, not enough athlete in him.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas James and I used to see Jason as a lumberer too, but he's kind of grown into his body and he's got a little more. He's flipped over.
Go
ahead.
When you say lumbering, are there a couple movements that play through your mind?
Just all of them seem like he's put like part of him is fighting with his own body at times because it's so big and inflamed.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
It would be easy just to say running.
Right.
And Christine says this. Yeah, maybe he just needs to win. Yeah, to get a little loose,
a little swagger.
Yeah, maybe it's a mental thing. But I just don't see. I just don't see. I see like he just looks and moves to me like someone who he's not fully lubed. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? He's not fully lubed.
All four of those guys you mentioned have an insane overhead position, which you need to win the CrossFit Games, which Ricky doesn't completely. He
Right.
kind of has enough and he kind of gets away with it, but
Right.
not like Dallin's overhead is just so locked in. It's crazy.
Downs going to do great. I'm not suggesting Downs not going to do great. I'm suggesting relative to his other performances, I think that unless something shows up that we haven't seen before, I think he's stuck in the 2 through 7. I don't think the I don't know. Like it's the machine isn't it can't run as high. It can't move as fast as the other guys.
I wonder if there's something to be said for him being a teen athlete too, and just not having as much sport experience.
It's so exactly. That's what I mean. He's more of a CrossFitter than the other guys. He's the most CrossFitty. It's so funny, Bernie. I was gonna say like a lumberjack, but I'm like, no one's gonna get what I mean by that, so I didn't say it. Yes, I see. He moves like a lumberjack. Yes, that's exactly what I fucking thought. That's so crazy, and I edited it. I wish I would have said it. Damn it. Yeah. And it's something that you've seen Colton have to push through. And you see parts of the lumberjack in Colton, and then he pushes through it. And then in other workouts he gets to the other side of it. All right. And the most accomplished CrossFit Games athlete in the field in terms of what everyone else wants, a 2-time champ, Justin Medeiros. I wanted to ask you this, Brad, when you were talking about people who can take their championship and get the swagger from it, do you think Justin's lost that, though? That if you go 3 years without a win, that the other guys and everyone has smelled blood in the water now, and so it brings you back down into the you've left God status and you're back with the Titans?
I think he's lost it. He's lost the ability to hold that swagger for the duration you would need to dominantly win the games. However, I think he can put it on for an event or two, which means depending on who shows up, depending on the injury status, he could, like in my mind, he's never gonna just be like a key in win again, but he could like randomly win again. And even if he doesn't win, he's gonna be top on a lot of events and messing with the top contenders a lot, or at least has that possibility, if that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, he's a fighter. This is a third, first, and then 2023 13th, 2024 8th, 2025 7th. Now he's had a ton of shit going on in his life. He's got the podcast, which clearly he's at the helm of. He got a new chick. He got a new house. He moved. He got a new dog. He has stayed with the same coaches. Great family support. Any concerns of what we saw that he wasn't able to get a spot in Australia? He did say he showed up there perfectly healthy. He said he just wasn't able to put it together.
I think that he probably, that in hindsight may end up have been the best decision for him by going to the Torian Pro, because having made a couple mistakes out on the field, like we saw with the sled and some of these other things, not having any one big excuse, like I had a stomach bug or I wasn't able to recover from the jet lag, and having those mistakes happen, having the field move as quick as they did, having competitors like Jay and Ricky and even Bailey Martin like in that field, probably was a good eye opener with enough time for him to do something about it coming into the games.
Lit a fire under his ass. So you think that it's not a fitness thing. You think it's just like he needs to knock the dust off his competition skills and performances, and he knows, okay, I have to move a little bit faster.
Yes, and then
Transition
doing those
faster. I have to have a little more trust. I'm gonna have to take some risks if I want to win the games.
Yeah, with enough time to prep up for that a little bit. And so I think with that being said, like we will see him show up a little bit better at the games because of that experience. Like if he would have done something like Hopper did, where he went to French throwdown, like Justin would have mopped the floor with those guys, very similarly to the way that Hopper did. And I don't think he would have learned anything from that. In fact, that would have been worse off for him, for Justin, because he would have been like, yeah, I'm fit. Cool. Feeling good. Everything was felt good. As opposed to, yeah, I feel fit. Yeah, everything feels good. And oh shit, I didn't make it. I got fourth. Right. So like then it's like, okay, we gotta kind of really attack this training coming into the games. So those mistakes don't happen. And I'm a little quicker on my transitions. I move with a little bit more purpose. I'm aware of how fast the field is going to move now. So that may end up being one of the better decisions that he made in hindsight because he did not qualify for the games at Torian Pro.
It's going to be really hard to finish in the top 7 this year. Do you think he does better than he did? Do you think he does finishes higher this year than last year?
I do. Yep, because he's king of consistency and we got 20 events. So he doesn't need, like, I think when he won 2022, wasn't it? Like, didn't he not win a single event that year? Or might have been the year before? And he just sits right there. Like, nothing really outside the top 5 on some of the events that aren't really his whole, in his wheelhouse. He still sits inside that top 10. Like we could see somebody like that win the games this year just because of how stacked the competition is. In over 20 events with no cuts, people from the bottom could just rise up and steal a lot of those points in the top 1, 2, 3 for certain events. And it's going to shake a lot of things up. So I think like consistency across 20 events will really help this year's games. And I think Justin has that. So yeah.
I think this game's too, at least the way it probably is going in terms of a lot of just true proper CrossFit throwbacks even really is going to suit Justin well, as opposed to the machine bias the last couple years. I think this year, because he is like CrossFit through and through.
Yeah, he is a CrossFitter. Yeah.
In supplement for his wrestling. So all just the like old school gritty CrossFit, I think this games could look really good for him. And I think it's as good a good shot to return to the top 7, like Souza said.
Yeah. And you know what, just to add on to that point, that's something that I didn't take into too much consideration, that Dave has stressed across a lot of interviews and a lot of shows that he's been on, that not all, but I would probably say the lion's share of the events are going to be inspired by or versions of things we've seen in the past. Justin's been there for all of them. So
that's right. So his experience. There's no shortage of grit from this dude.
No,
this is not someone who's pulling out of the games.
Hey,
there's no shortage. I mean, this guy can fight.
How about just what are there, like 7 athletes on the male side out of 30 that have been to the ranch? Like, talk about an advantage already. Just seeing the hill, feeling the terrain, feeling the slope. Like, I haven't really thought of that so far, but that's honestly, that I think that's a legit advantage.
Yep.
I had a dude, terrible Tessa. I had a dude approach me at the grocery store, asking me if I was single, and if I'm a B cup or a C cup. That's weird. That's really weird.
Hey, some comment said that we haven't even gotten to the women yet. Was that on the docket? Is that true?
Oh yeah, this is a 4-hour show, 4.5-hour show.
This could be 5 hours. You don't have your seatbelt on, do you? No.
Yeah, I'm just gonna real quick.
I want to read you. I want to tell you some names here: Justin Medeiros, Dallin Pepper, Bailey Martin, Tudor Magda, Ricky Garrard, Jason Hopper, Jeffrey Adler, Austin Hatfield, Colton Mertens, Jay Crouch, Roman Krennikov, James Sprague. I mean, and the names I didn't mention are scary guys. Kalen Souza, Ty Jenkins, Ben Fowler, Saxon Panchek, Nika Mazoradzi, Kalen Clements, Dylan Hamming, Guy Malheros, Patrick Vellner, Nick Matthew, Henrik Kapelainen, Quinn Robinson, Anyola Kai, Spencer Panchik, Benjamin Reyes, Moritz Fiebig, and Victor Hoffer. I mean, this is like, guys, we touched down this Friday to begin giving you behind the scenes look. This is going to be Something else. We will do the women tonight because Brad said he can come on in the morning or at night. He didn't know that it might be both.
Little did he know he was signing up for both.
Eileen Wurs, Ellie Turner, Annika Greer, Abigail Domet, Alex Gazan, Paige Rogers, Alexis Raptis, Madeline Sturt, Olivia Kirster, Erica Folo, Haley Adams, Holly Tynan. Oh, shit, I meant to get her on the podcast. Elisa Fuliano, Amy Kringle, Matilda Garnes, Ella Wilkinson, Lucy Campbell, Hannah Black, Sierra Maha, Rachel Noel from NorCal, Burgros, Bjorgen's daughter, Emma Lawson, Janie Chevry, Lucy McGonigal, Mirham Von Rohr, Miley Wade, Kyra Milligan, Ariel Owen, Lydia Fish. There's far more women that I know shit about. I hope you know a lot about the women. No? Okay.
I'm all worried.
It has nothing to do with the fact that there are women. There's just so many more new women.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's not that I oppose the female chromosomes at all. I know what channel we're on. What channel are we on?
CF Network.
Oh. Okay. Oh, good job. I used the wrong background for this show.
That's all
okay.
Right. Mix it up a little bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 more shows today. We have Dave Castro Weekend Review with a very special guest. You guys are going to be shocked. No time set for that, as always. And then we will come back and give you a full breakdown, psychological, physical, skill level, all the components we touched on. We'll judge their bodies, their athleticism, their diets, their previous attempts. No stone unturned tonight for the greatest gathering of female, I'm going to say it, athletes ever competing against each other coming up in San Jose, California in less than 2 weeks. All right, Brad Ossadoff, Matt Souza, thank you. Guys, we will see you all. Was that Nanu?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Brad did it. So I did it back.
Oh, because Brad's such an alien. Tyler, fittest the flat earther. What do you think?
You show up every day to change lives. You manage a million little details, all of them critical. We get it. We know the founder mindset because Wodify was built from the ground up, just like you. We know details because we're true partners who fine-tuned every nuance of our own platform to make it work seamlessly for you. We know customer service because we obsess over customer satisfaction. You need a partner who understands your business and a platform that helps you run it like a well-oiled machine. More than another vendor, we're a partner who cares about your success as much as you do, powering your vision into a reality and your business into a legacy. We provide tech that can keep pace with your growth. The founder hustle never stops, and you wouldn't have it any other way. But with the right tech partner, you can focus on doing what you love, while we run things behind the scenes, making your business as strong as your clients. We're Wodify,